auditing London. And the rest of the world. Hi guys, as you may have seen in my Sainsbury's audit, I really want to get to Miami. I want to be able to sing like Will Smith, I'm going to Miami, and audit there. Really audit the world. I need to get my viewing hours to 40,000 hours to enter the YouTube partnership. So I basically need about another 39,000 or so hours. I think it's actually about 39,800 hours. Sorry if I sound stressed, guys, because I was saying to Sheila that it'll be impossible to get there by next month, you know. Then little Kenneth came over, took me by the hand, and he said, I know how, Grandad. I looked at him thinking, don't shoot him down, just nod and rustle his hair. But he may be onto something. He looked at me dead in the eyes and he said, Grandad, make a 1 hour long video, yeah? And all you need is for one sub to watch it, like, 39,800 times. And then you would have done it. And you know what? He's right. I jumped up, high-fived him, and spun him round the room. So guys, please, I'm asking you, just one of you, can you watch this video 39,800 times? Then I can get to Miami. I need to become monetized like Marty, Buzz, and Live Free. That way I can pay my own way to Miami and bring you audits from the other side of the world. I could even get in contact with Amagansett Press and see if he wants to team up. So, the remainder of the video will be not only for that one sub, that super sub that's going to help make my dreams come true, it's also going to really, help me out, and, it's also going to be an ASMR video to help you get to sleep. A guided meditation, sleep-inducing video. We will embark on an audit, you and me, and do a mystical make-believe audit of one of the wonders of the world, Stonehenge. By the way, if these prove popular as videos, we can go to all sorts of places. We can go to Atlantis, the pyramids, and even go back to the Dark Ages. Strap yourself in, guys. The guided meditation is about to start. Close your eyes and relax. We need to meet at Waterloo to take the South Western Railway towards Exeter. Because this is your journey to take you into your dreams, you can get there however you want. Uber, Lyft, bus, train, or you can even fly. Are you at Waterloo yet? Yes, you are. Don't worry about paying for a ticket. This is on me. We are now on the soothing train. Listen as it chugs along. Chugga 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 boop 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 chugga 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 boop boop chugga 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 chugga. Chugga 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 chugga. Chugga 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 chugga. Boop boop boop. Chugga 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 chugga. Chugga 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 chugga. Boop boop. Chugga 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 chugga. Chugga 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 chugga. Keep your eyes closed. You're in the land of make-believe. Just go along and enjoy the ride. When you get into the train carriage, you're aware of the smells. There's a smell of coffee, fresh flowers, perfume, aftershave. And when you sit down on the seat, you notice your body sinking into the seat, like when you're sitting in a beanbag. Noticing how good this feels. And across from you, you see my eyes, kind eyes. The person you trust to take you on this mystical, auditing journey. The snack car comes along and a bit of a salt serves us. Who is it? It's none other than Audrey Hepburn. If you're a female, listen to this, or if you are otherwise inclined, then it is Denzel Washington. They tell us what they have to offer. Coffee, tea, Red Bull, cupcakes, sandwiches, Scotch eggs, the lot. They say we can pay by Google Pay, contactless, cash. But don't you worry, it's all on ALW. I order a Scotch egg and a latte. What do you order? Nice choice. We talk about football until it arrives. Ronaldo. Was it the right decision for him to come back? I mean, they say, that once you've left, never go back. But I don't know, he's still in quite good nick. I think he could do a pretty good job for Man United, if I'm fair. But, Man City are looking strong. Liverpool have now got Van Dijk back. And I think those are the only two really to worry about. I mean, don't even get me started on Arsenal. I mean, what is Mikel Arteta doing? I mean, have you seen the signings? I mean, they're ridiculous. Anyway, so then the food arrives.
Here you go, guys.
We thank them. Oh God. Oh, that's good. Oh, oh, let's put down.
Where are you going?
Stonehenge, we answer. We get off at Salisbury and we walk to the next station, knowing we are almost there. On this next brief train journey, we notice that on this magical sleep meditation, mystical adventure, that the train is full of amazing people from now and years gone past. We find some seats in this busy train, and once we're settled, we marvel as we look around. We look across to see Marilyn Monroe and Bruce Lee laughing away, drinking herbal tea. Behind them is Abraham Lincoln and Lady Gaga in a heated but respectful discussion. To the side of them is none other than Marty Bladbrower, talking to Isaac Newton, and Isaac has an apple in his hand, trying to explain gravity, whilst Marty is eating a sausage and looking confused. We turn around and it's Elvis. He's in the middle of the carriage singing to Stephen Hawking, with none other than Ibby filming them. Your eyelids are getting heavier and heavier and heavier as you hear John Lennon tell Elvis that he has a song that he would like to sing. It is Imagine. We turn our heads just a little and we see Peter Kay telling his joke about garlic bread, and the whole carriage laughs and laughs and laughs. Garlic bread, oh my God, oh God. We have arrived at Stonehenge. All depart. As we exit the train, we go into the public toilets at the train station at Stonehenge train station, and we go through your and my Ulster kits. Already we are in our auditor uniform. We are both wearing matching Primark. There are other brands. Primark, grey hoodies and grey bottoms, known in the trade as Live Free Classics. then look through our backpacks and just know that in your backpack is whatever you want there to be inside. If you want there to be your favourite book, there it is. If you want there to be even your best friend from childhood, he or she, they'll be inside. But what's most important is to make sure we have our auditor starter kit. I looked through my bag and you look through yours. I have my cheeky bottle of bells. You have your cheeky bottle of whatever your favourite alcoholic drink is. I also have my cigars. You may have menthols, cigarillos, or maybe one of those modern vape pens. We move on to the next item. I have my keys for the end of the journey later on. You look and you've got your keys as well, so that's fine. I also have my Poundland body mist spray in case I get a bit sweaty. You may have any choice of body spray, perfume, aftershave, anything your heart desires. You and I chat for a bit and we decide not to do what other auditors do. We decide we don't want to mark our territory, so we elect not to wet ourselves. No, we are going to show any tyrants we meet that we are classy and we have good hygiene. Yes, it may be breaking an auditor rule, but it's a rule that you and I are prepared to break. Now that we know we've got everything we need, we set off on our walk to Stonehenge. It isn't far, but whilst we walk, we think of all the great times we've already had in life, and music plays in the background whilst we walk. We don't even know where it's coming from, but it doesn't matter. It will help us as we walk, and we walk, and we walk. Finally, we've arrived. I mean, honestly, my leg is like really aching me, even in this kind of, mystical make-believe audit. It still hurts. But anyway, we arrive and we see quite a big crowd, really, pretty big crowd around Stonehenge. And you look at me and you say, this is where you imagine you saying it to me now in your voice. You say, how much do I owe you, ALW? And I say, you don't owe me anything. The tickets are about £19.50, but if you buy them in advance, they're about 11 quid. But, don't worry, we don't have to pay. We're out in the public, you don't have to pay to go to your local park. So why do we have to pay to have a look at these rocks or stones that have been put on top of each other? It's a con, and anyway, we both calm ourselves. But who's that coming towards us? It's a teenager with really bad acne in a high vis with tyrant eyes, and he's marching towards us with his deputy manager, a lady in her, I don't know, it's hard to tell really, especially when they got the masks on. She's in her, I'd say, late 60s. She should be retired, but anyway, good for her, I suppose. Late 60s. The teenager is quite wiry, but the lady, she's, I don't even know how, she's trying to be, Sheila would say trying to be kind of PC. She's a stocky woman. Yeah, that's right, that's the right word. Stocky, and she's only around 4'11", so we'd say she's not the tallest. Anyway, they both have almost flames in their eyes, and they're storming towards us. And the sheeple crowd are ignoring this, and they're just staring at the big rocks because we're at Stonehenge. I look at you and you look at me, and I say, remember, publicly accessible land, Section 32 of the Criminal Justice Act 1973. We're allowed to be here, even in this mystical guided meditation. They can't tell us to go away. So you have this in your head as they approach us, getting closer and closer and closer. But don't worry, ALW's beside you. And this isn't my first rodeo.
Hi there, my name's Gavin. I'm the manager here at Stonehenge, and I just want to see if you were lost. Do you need help at all? This is my deputy manager. Her name is Barbara. Barbara has she's almost been here as long as the rocks have. Sorry, Barbara. Anyway, sorry I get nervous around new people. How can I help? Can I see your tickets, please?
Now follow exactly what I do. Get your camera phone out, your iPhone, or even if you've got a Galaxy, it doesn't matter, but I prefer iPhones. You can sponsor me if you want iPhone if you hear this, but anyway, back to the meditation. You get your iPhone out, do what I'm going to do. We wait for them to get a bit closer. This Gavin and Barbara, proper tyrant names. And then when they're about 6 feet away, that's when we say, name and badge number. Keep 2 meters away. Keep away, tyrant. Keep away. And then what we're going to do is we thrust the phone into their faces. Really, almost so it's almost like hitting them, but we don't. And then we can just come out with the auditor arsenal. So relax and enjoy. When you actually stand up for people's rights and you promote photography is not a crime, it should feel good. So after me, say these words and feel good. Sausage. Bacon. Ugh. Smells of pork round here. I follow policy, not law. You best step back, tyrant. So what, you own Stonehenge, is that what you're telling me? Jog on. Get me your supervisor now. Everyone around is staring at us. They're staring at us whilst Gavin and Barbara are crying away their crocodile tyrant tears. Everyone is cheering now, you know, and high-fiving. They're hugging you. They're, you know, they're kind of fist pumping. They're going completely wild. Just imagine it now. At least 500 people, and they're looking at you, and they're thanking you with their eyes, because you, alongside ALW, defended their rights today and made sure that those 2 sausages were treated the way that they deserve to be treated. No respect. One elderly lady embraces you, she hugs you, and she says, you are an amazing human being. And then a little boy, can't be any older than 5 years old, his whole life ahead of him. He looks at his mum and dad and says, what are they, mummy and daddy? And the dad says proudly, they're auditors. And the boy says, how do you become an auditor, daddy? And the dad says, it's tough enough to become a police officer. Well, no, like a non-pig one, you know, like one that isn't a sausage. I mean, he doesn't say that to his son, but you know what I'm saying to you. Anyway, he says, it's hard enough to become a police officer or a fireman. It's even harder to become a doctor. And even harder than that is to be a fighter pilot. But even harder than that is to be an oldster. He said, little Timmy, they put their lives on the line every day. Can I be an auditor, Daddy? Kind of the way that Timmy spoke, really. His dad said, why don't you go over and ask those two right there, those two amazing auditors. The little boy walked gingerly with his mum. His mum said, excuse me, guys. Thank you for your service today and showing those pig scum that photography is not a crime. My little boy, he wants to know if he can become an auditor. And you look at him straight in the eye and you say, as long as you don't have any hate in your heart and you're willing to work your socks off, you can become an auditor like us too. Don't stop believing. And then I chirp in, but don't be in a rush to grow up. And then I rustle his hair like I do little Kenneth. Then I heard a very, very, very elderly but distinguished gentleman shuffle towards me. I looked at him and said, how can I help you, kind sir? And he said, I won't do his voice because it's not fair. He said, well, actually, he did sound a bit like this. He said, I served in World War One, and I was a bomber pilot, and I saw some things. I really did. But you are the bravest person I've ever seen. And then he stood there, and honestly, guys, he's standing there, a mystical sleep meditation, but just picture him. He's about 5'6", bald as a coot, very, very kind eyes though, green eyes, which is actually quite unusual nowadays. But anyway, his eyes, and he looked at me, and my eyes are filling, and I look at you, and you get a lump in your throat, you do, because he only stands very, very straight, which he wasn't before. He was a bit stooped over, but he was as straight as an arrow, probably like he was 100 years ago. And he salutes the both of us, and he says, you are the real heroes. You are my brothers. You should have got all my medals. After about 20 or 30 minutes of people wanting to have selfies with us, because we're, auditors, and auditors, like, are basically celebrities nowadays, with Buzz. Buzz is like a huge, huge star. I mean, him and I have had our problems, but, he is a big deal. Like him and Livery and Marty, they can't even go in their local their local towns, without being mobbed, honestly. I mean, Buzz even has to have this kind of handkerchief around his face because he gets mobbed all the time. Well, that's what I can only think that's the only reason why he has it on around him all the time. But to be fair, when he yells, "Yeah, man!" and "Buzz fam!" I mean, they're going to know who he is anyway, so it's a little bit ridiculous. But anyway, I'm not having a go. We're in the guided meditation. After we've had all our selfies with our fans and we've signed autographs, we then do what any kind of hero would do. We say our goodbyes and we walk away, because our job is never done as an auditor. It doesn't finish at one audit at one of the 7 wonders of the world. We could be needed at any time, at a supermarket, car park, COVID testing site, post office, library, butchers, deli, pet store, leisure centre, building merchants, anywhere. Wherever people need us to defend their rights, that's where we'll go. As we walk back to the train station, I look to you and I say, there's no need to get 2 trains home. And you look at me and you say, ALW, but how will I get home? And I say, you never needed the trains. The answer was always within you. You are a powerful, confident, strong woman. And by the way, if you're listening and you're a man, then forget that woman bit. I'll do it different. You are a strong and powerful man. You don't need me. You never did. You can go out into the world and audit by yourself. In reality and in your head. So go now. Don't look back. I don't want you to see me cry, even in this guided meditation. I'm going. Now sleep. I'm not sure if this is an hour or not. It may not be. So if it's not an hour, I'll just put some music onto it. Sorry, get back. I'll just put some music onto it for you to relax and have dreams, beautiful dreams, where you do whatever you want, and when you wake up, you will be refreshed and ready to go.